12 Unbreakable Rules for Success. So why am I talking about this today? Well, you folks know that if you've seen this channel before, that I teach entrepreneurs how to do the pallet recycling business. And I provide knowledge for folks how to do it in a correct manner. And we know knowledge is power. But to get traction with that knowledge, to get the most out of knowledge, you have to be living by these rules of success. So it's important going in, if you're out there looking for a new venture, a new entrepreneurial side hustle even, to make it work, you're going to have to combine knowledge with these principles that we're about to talk about. Okay? So let's go to the first one, and it's a really important one. The first one is practicing delayed gratification. The opposite of that would be drinking too much, right? Or, maybe you're participating in Tinder even, or drugs, immediate gratification. They've done studies. It was like a 25-year study that I remember seeing, and it was very interesting. They took children at the age of 5, and they put food in front of them. They had a healthy, nice meal, that the kids would like, but they also had a dessert right next to it. And they found out the kids that actually ate the meal first and then the dessert and followed them through their lifespan of 25 years, because it was a very long study, they were eons more successful than the kid that sat down at 5 years old and ate the dessert first and then the meal. So immediately practicing delayed gratification was spotted at even the age of 5. It was an indicator that this type of practice in your life could make a huge difference. Because when you're an entrepreneur, you are going to have some faith that your efforts and the seeds that you plant along the way are going to take root and grow. And sometimes that takes a little patience, right? We have to go through that and not give up. So delaying that gratification and putting that work in makes a difference that can almost not be measured. So that is rule number 1. Rule number 2, rise early, start your day early, sets a productive tone. It's an old saying, early bird gets the worm. We are in a competition when we're entrepreneurs to beat the other folks out there doing the same thing we are. And a great indicator of that to our customers or to our potential customers is getting to an early start, getting to those customers first, talking to them, having your pitch presented to them before someone else. It is a great indicator for the person that you're dealing with or the potential business that you're dealing with that you are responsible, you're timely, you are a go-getter, and you are more reliable just by the fact that you started early. So if you're a late riser, you're putting yourself behind the 8 ball, right? Rise early. Get started with your day. And I'm older now, so I get up around 4. This morning it was 4:30 a.m. And I couldn't ever imagine that when I was younger. But as you do get older, it's a little easier to wake up earlier. You don't require quite as much sleep as you were when you were younger. So there's some advantage to us that are a little bit older. But if you start this practice as a young dude or young woman and start getting up and get going in the morning, your life is going to have much more success than if you're sleeping in. Pretty obvious. Work late. Dedication means you are working beyond the typical hours. Again, we're in a competition in this life, whether we like to realize it or not, with other individuals, other businesses. And if we're going into an entrepreneurial game here, or realm, the ones that succeed stick with it and put in that extra time. especially to begin with. Most people that fail had success just a few steps away. And, I see it in our group all the time where some folks are about to, they were admitting that, I was close to giving up, but I knocked on a few more doors and my whole life changed. I see it over and over. And just the fact that they knocked on those next few doors because they were working late, it changed everything. I think when we're dead and gone and we look over our life and the possibilities of the things that could have happened, we're going to see in some cases, man, if I would just stuck it out another week, another day, another hour, work late, make it worth it. So important. Ignore the naysayers. We all got them. We got people trying to put us in a box. We got people trying to say, well, you can't do it. Listen, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, it's a kind of a lonely existence in a way because you have to rely on your faith above, but you also have to rely on yourself as well because you are a sole proprietor in a sense. And being a sole proprietor, you better have some thick skin. You better not let the distractions of the folks normally they don't have anything going on anyway, and they're pecking at your ear, saying, "Nah, I wouldn't do that. No, I don't think that's smart. No. If you've made a decision in your life to do something, that decision took you a millisecond to make. If it's a true decision, so stick with it. Pay no attention to who says it can't be done. If you've decided it can be done, you do it. And you follow through and you ignore all the noise because you'll get a lot more done if you do. And you'll be a lot happier by not listening to that crap. Okay? Value honesty. Always tell the truth. It builds trust and character. So don't oversell yourself. In fact, like they say, undersell, overdeliver. It's a valuable commodity in today's world. People are always trying to blow smoke, trying to work you up into a lather with half-truths. And separating yourself again by being honest with not only yourself, but the people you deal with in a daily society, and daily work. It's actually more exciting in a way, to be truthful and honest, because you are putting yourself out there. A lot of times it's sometimes easier. You think it'd be easier to tell the white lie or this, that, and the other. But when you actually speak the truth, it makes it for an exciting life because you get the gratification of knowing exactly where you are and you're not having to look at the rearview mirror trying to cover up anything. Keeping short accounts. You're always looking forward when you tell the truth. You're not having to look back and remember your lie or your white lie. It's called freedom. And it's called being an adult. Okay? So, a very valuable commodity. You can do it for selfish reasons even, because the benefits of being honest with the people you deal with in your life pay dividends over and over and over again. We got 6 more to go. Reject victimization. You are responsible for your life. You are responsible for the decisions you make. You are responsible for the ramifications of your actions. So make the choices you need to make so you have positive ramifications for your actions. If you are constantly sitting there and saying, if only that, and if only this, or if only that, you are going to be stuck in a victim mode. You're not going to be productive. And guess what? The worst thing is you're not going to try to find solutions. And if you're going to be an entrepreneur, half your job is solving problems and planning so you can prevent problems. And that energy that it takes to be a victim sucks all that away from you. And you don't have that ability. You're too busy looking for an excuse than trying to find the solution and prevent the problems down the road by planning properly. So don't do it. Don't fall in the trap. Yes, it's hard being an entrepreneur, but the rewards and the success, because you've done it the right way, are well worth it. It's exponentially worth it. Well, where is victimhood going to get you anyway? It's going to get you stuck in your own head. And it's all me when you're a victim. When it all should be the people that you're serving, whether it be your family, your business partners, your customers, whoever, outside of you. Don't be a victim. Number 7. Commit fully. Do everything within your power to achieve your goals. A commitment and a decision. Most people think, I talk to folks as well, and let me think about it. If you really think about committing, it really means what it says. You really have to decide to commit and not waver on it. Because if you waver, it wasn't a commitment, was it? Commit means to commit. When I made the vows of my wife, I meant my vows. And I knew I did. I ain't breaking them. So the commitment you make to your business life has to be like those vows to a marriage if you want it to succeed. The thought of breaking the commitment can't even really come into play. Or it really isn't a commitment, or it really wasn't a decision. And a decision, by the way, takes a millisecond to make. Once you make it. It didn't take hours of analysis, paralysis, and days, weeks, and months. Making a decision takes 1 second. But once you make it, and once you make that commitment, be true to what that is. Those words are powerful. Do not waver on them and cause yourself pain and grief by doubting what your commitment was, or you shouldn't have made it to begin with. Organize your space, beginning each day by making your bed. Now, we've heard this, and I've heard a military individual say this once, and I think he gave a commencement speech, and it really stuck with me. And it ain't about making the bed. It's about being organized, and it's about starting your day off with a productive activity immediately as you get up. I hate making my bed, but I know it's good for me. And, I guess I should say I hated it. But now, every time I do it, and I do it right, I like to look at it for a second and go, hey, that looks kind of nice. Good way to start the day. So it's about starting your day off with an organized plan and routine and system to set your mind right for the rest of the day. That's really it. Because if you start off being lazy or procrastinating and this, that, and the other, it's just going to carry on. Maybe not just for the day, it might last for weeks if that's your practice. So what you start your day with carries through for the rest of the day. So it may sound silly, but it's not. Make your bed. I also have to make my wife coffee. But I get to. I'm glad to. Choose happiness. Decide to be grateful, happy. It's within your control. So it's kind of like starting your day off. What's the pattern of your life going to be when you start your day? And you have to choose by a method of a mindset of gratefulness from the moment you wake up. It could start with, hey, I'm breathing. I'm awake. I got another day, on this planet to make something happen, to help people, to affect people, to fulfill my moral obligation to my family and be happy in those thoughts. It's so easy for us to get negative. And I'm not saying I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, and all the time myself, but I do have to practice that to choose, especially to begin the day. Waking up saying, "This is going to be a good day. This is what I want to get accomplished. And this is the plan I made last night before I went to bed that I get to tackle today," right? And be happy about it. Because the opposite, I'm telling you folks, it may feel selfishly gratifying to be in a pissy mood. And you may win some arguments because you're a little bit more pissed than your spouse or this, that, and the other. But in the end, wisdom states that you're gonna be miserable and you're not gonna be near as effective. And people like happy people. So don't be fake happy. Understand what you're grateful for and internalize that and truly be happy for it. So important. I teach, folks in the training about the pallet recycling business. And I give them step by step, and I give, if you folks ever do it, you get step by step how to do it. But I also tell them there's only one you, and you're going to be able to put a spin on what I've presented to you that only you can do. And you have to realize that you are the only one that can do that. So have you prepared yourself, the uniqueness of yourself? Or are you going to try to sound just like everybody else? Celebrate your unique qualities, whether they're quirky or funny or serious or, whatever your assets are about yourself. Lean on them and be you and realize that asset is going to win in the world of business as well, especially if you've honed it a little bit and understand who you are. Take an inventory of yourself and have an understanding of what your assets are and your liabilities are. So if you are leaning either way, you need to eliminate some of those liabilities and absolutely use the unique power of your voice and your actions and your integrity and your experience in your life. Bring it into the business world or the entrepreneurial world and knock their socks off because you're doing it different because you're different than everybody else. Okay? Very important mindset. We only got two more. Oh, and I think I got a bonus. Seek wisdom over intelligence. I know some of those, college educated folks that can't find their way out of a paper bag. So we need to seek wisdom over knowledge. Now, I'm not saying don't be knowledgeable what you need to know, but realize the wisdom of life and the lessons learned are going to pay greater dividends on how you enact that knowledge. How many folks have you folks know highly educated people that don't have a bit of street sense? Highly educated people that have no ability of seeing the importance of being able to communicate with people, or even the ability to influence people because they're wrapped up in the knowledge, but not the interactions between human beings that needs to come into place. So that's just one little aspect of wisdom. But we need to lean on our life lessons and have look back upon our life and see what impact they had on us, what we learned from them, and use that to help not only ourselves but the people that we're trying to assist in their business life as well. So understanding it ain't all about me. Sometimes that's a piece of wisdom. It's all about them. And the more you help people, the more you win as well as an offshoot of it. But that's just an example of one little piece of wisdom that you have to understand and look back in your life for those examples to understand how that works and why it works so well to lean on wisdom. Not all be about knowledge and the nuts and bolts of what you offer, Okay? Hope that makes sense. Understand entitlement. The world does not owe you a damn thing. And when you work for what you want, it's a much more gratifying than thinking they owed it to you. The fact that you are a self-made man if you're going into entrepreneurial, or self-made woman if you're going into an entrepreneurial endeavor, is much more satisfying, saying you're going to break through the barriers and I'm going to make this happen, and I'm not going to stop until this does happen. And I'm owed nothing but what the fruits of my labor have produced and what God blesses me with. And I'm going to take those blessings and be grateful for them. And I'm going to work hard. And because I'm grateful for them, I'm going to work even harder to supply my family with some security, the best amount of security I can produce as a human being, because that's my moral obligation. So people like go-getters. People like the fact that you are hustling to get what is yours. And when you come across as thinking it's owed to you, it doesn't work, folks, in the world of entrepreneurship. And it's a lot more fun to do it the right way and realize I get to work, and my work can in time exponentially bless me more than me thinking it's owed to me. A lot more gratifying. And then the bonus. Never get bored with the details. The folks in life that love the details are able to help the people that don't know the details in a better way. You're able to outshine the guy who didn't pay attention to the details. Meaning you have more solutions, more problem-solving ability, more understanding of what the business that you're dealing with is going through, how their business operates. So knowing every detail about your business and the businesses that you're dealing with provides knowledge and opportunity for you. And we are problem solvers always as an entrepreneur. Knowing those details matter. Being creative with your solutions matter. And the only way to do that is have all the details at hand in your Rolodex to be able to frame a deal or a situation where you have to make lemonade out of lemons. So that's the bonus. Details matter, and enjoy knowing those details, because that is power that you can use to help others. Okay? So those are my 12 rules. If you like this content, I'm trying to hit the 30,000 followers. We're getting close. Give me a thumbs up. thesimplestbiz.info if you need more information about the pallet recycling business. If you're interested in doing that and you want to be trained in that area, I'm here for you. Okay? Have a good one. Been a long one, but I hope you gain some knowledge and wisdom and information from these rules. Have a good one.